What's up, internet? Welcome back to another quick Sega break. This is Linzer22. Today I'm going to talk about the Virtua Fighter Cross ESports game that Sega is developing. What does this project entail? We don't know quite yet. I'm not much of a fighting game type of person. I don't really play fighting games. I don't really enjoy fighting games. I'm okay with losing in fighting games. The only fighting game that I've really enjoyed in the past are two. The first one being Super Smash Brothers. I can enjoy a game of Smash. I don't necessarily need to win every time, but it's fun. The other game is actually Mortal Kombat Deception, but I think the story mode is what drew me in. But honestly, after completing the story mode and doing a quick chess battles, I eventually stopped playing that game. But when I was playing Yakuza 2, which by the way, I just finished last night, oh my god, the ending, it just wouldn't end. I was like, what? Okay, so what? I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't played it, but I'm ready to go on to Yakuza 3. But anyways, while I was playing Yakuza 2, though, there's only two arcade games that you can play on there. One of them is is Virtua On, which is a fun game, but I mean, you're kind of wrestling with the controllers because it wasn't really made for a controller. But the other game is Virtua Fighter 2. And as I was playing that game, I realized something about this fighting game. It only needs 3 buttons, and that really caught my attention because I'm not a fighting game person. And if I were to decide on a fighting game, it would either need some crazy like story mode to get me into it, or it's got to have a very, 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 very short learning curve. And for my surprise, it looks like Virtua Fighter has a pretty short learning curve. So because of this, I plan on actually, trying out Virtua Fighter for the 32X because that's the best version on the Raspberry Pi 4 that I can play. And I do have an arcades, like a mini arcade that houses my Raspberry Pi. So I'm gonna see if I'm gonna play that game and see if I can get good with it because it only takes 3 buttons. It's an easy game for me to learn. I'm gonna try to learn how to do combos in that, and I'll see how I feel about that. But back to the topic on hand. There's this Japan Fighting Game Publishers Roundtable. It's an online session stream, and it involves a lot of the popular fighting game publishers. 2 examples that this article from Sega Bits puts is Bandai and Namco. Well, towards the end, they actually brought up the fact that Sega was going to join them for the next roundtable to discuss the future of Virtua Fighter. Obviously pointing at the Virtua Fighter Cross ESports project. That's really cool. I'm not really sure how long they haven't been dabbling with Virtua Fighter, but given the fact that esports have been blowing up for a decade now, I think this would be good for Sega. I know they have Puyo Puyo tournaments, and those are apparently very big in Japan. So here's another game that they could get within esports. But like I said, I am not too experienced with Virtua Fighter, but I've recently grown an appreciation for the simplicity of its button. Because most fighting games I played has a high punch, high kick, low kick, block, run, or something like that. And I'm just like, this is too much for me. Super Smash Bros. Is a great example. It only has 2 buttons. It has the smash attacks and it has the special attacks. And that's all you got to really know. And of course, the directional. And then for me, I'm a Sega fan, so I'm going to play as Sonic most of the time. But every now and then I'll play as the other characters. I do like playing as Captain Falcon. But that's beside the point. My point is that those are the only kind of fighting games I liked. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, with Mortal Kombat Deception being the exception because of the story mode pulling me in. And I know a lot of people hated Conquest mode, but I just got really into it. Well, anyways, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for this project? What do you guys want to see from it? Are you guys are you guys fighting game connoisseurs? If you are, then please give me more specifics on what this game needs in order to be successful. Do you guys like the fact that Virtua Fighter's simplistic when compared to other fighting games, or would you prefer them to be more complex? Let me know down below. If you want to see more Sega discussion videos, then subscribe for more content, and I'll be back with more.